What's going on, you beautiful degenerate people, on this beautiful Monday night? It is your boy, the point guard of podcasting, the liaison of late night bangers, yours truly, GunzPicks, coming in red hot on a Monday, which is kind of unusual for this show because there's not really a lot of games on the Monday night slate. So I've kind of refrained from coming on with the late night bangers on Mondays. But tonight, I decided, why not? I got nothing better to do with my time. And I want to give you guys some winners at the same time. Listen, we are coming off an electric show Sunday. If you guys watch this one, we went 4-0 as a show. And as you know, we call that the we out here sweeping, baby. Sweeping across the board. And I see Markel joining us, Mohammed in the chat. He wants to talk about TCU and Kansas. So this is going to be a big show here, and we're going to go into the first game on the slate, and we got to get to him really fast because, heck, some of these are going to start at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And as I'm going into this one, let's talk about the first game on the slate. So this is going to be Kansas and TCU. I'm wearing the hat for a reason here, folks, and I'm going to be going with TCU. -1.5 is the play. I know the line is probably at -2, -2.5, depending on what books you're getting it right now. And I still think the line is good, and TCU will roll in this game. Now, Kansas, you got to look where they're coming from. They're coming off a humongous win at home versus Baylor, 87-71. They were down 13 points at halftime, and they came back in the second half and had a 55-26 run in the second half versus Baylor to get the victory. So, they're coming off the highest of highs after playing a tremendous game at home. Now they got to go on the road, play this tough-ass TCU team that is basically 100% healthy right now. The success of TCU and why they've struggled as of late, it's all on Mike Miles Jr., their best player, their top scorer. He averages 17.9 points per game. Now he's returned. He returned in the Oklahoma State game, and they put up a hundo spot on the 9th-ranked defense in college basketball, ranked 9th in defensive efficiency, I should say, and really put one up on them. They had 6 players that had double digits in that game, so it was an absolute blowout win for TCU. Now they're back. Now he's healthy, but when you actually saw them without that 5-game span without Miles in the lineup, just to give you an idea how important he is. 1-4 straight up and against the spread in the 5-game span. So this is a team that's got their big man back, got the guy that is the heartbeat of the team. Now they're going to be able to make a nice little run here, and they're going to have to play a nice, tough Kansas team. Let's look at this Kansas team statistically. They're ranked 15th in offensive efficiency, but TCU's defense really can stay with them. They're ranked 23rd in defensive efficiency, and they can just match up well with Kansas, I believe. There is a little bit of concern on the rebounding side for TCU. They're not a great rebounding team, while Kansas is. So second chance opportunities is going to be a key point for TCU to get and crash the boards versus this Kansas team coming off the highs of highs. Also got to look at TCU, 9-2-1 against the spread in their last 12 games at home, and TCU has covered 4 out of the last 5. These teams met on January 21st with TCU winning the game on the road, 83-60 as 7-point dogs. Now you're seeing a 9.5-point swing, making the TCU the favorite. 9.5-point swing right now, but I got it at -1.5. I got it earlier today and released it to the Slack channel, so I'm going to be riding with this one. TCU -1.5, 1 unit special. And as we're getting to the chat, it's like Markel's like, damn it, I was leaning Kansas money line, but no play. Best of luck. Michael said, what's up, buddy? And of course, we got the Mooch showing up again, as always, firing guns. I'll give you a few guns on that one. Michael coming in here too. There is a no play. I have gotten hurt many times to fade Kansas on these short lines. Listen, if you faded Kansas last week, I apologize, but we were on Kansas, and I think I got a feel for the Big 12 stuff. That's why I've always hit them. So I love TCU regardless of the spot. But let's get into another game that's going to be on the 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time slate here. And I'm playing in the mud here, folks. You may have to go to a different category on your book to go find these games, depending on how you're betting them. And this is going to be Mississippi Valley State versus Prairie View. They're playing at William Nix Building, Prairie View, Texas. And this is going to be a game that there's not going to be many fans in the stands, but man, we're going to be betting on this team. And I like MVSU, Mississippi Valley State, plus 11 in this spot. Let me tell you why. Look, historically, that Mississippi Valley State has been the worst team in college basketball, the worst. This year is a little bit different. It's like almost the books can't figure this team out. They're terrible. Like I said, I'm 4-24 straight up this season, but they're 18-10 against the spread and 11-8 against the spread on the road. They're also 17-6 versus teams with losing records. So they do take advantage of losing teams, probably because they always get these egregious lines. But I mean, statistically, you can't back up any reason to bet this team. But I think in this spot, it's a perfect scenario for them. Now, MVSU and Prairie View did meet on January 7th, with Prairie View winning the game 67-60 as 9.5-point favorites. But now they're only getting just a tweak of the line going to go play at home, which is lead me to believe that maybe MVSU is going to give them fits once again in this spot playing on the road. And I got to look at Prairie View. They're 5-11 in the last 16 games against the spread. 0-6 against the spread following a straight-up win, which they did come off a straight-up win versus Arkansas Pine Bluff. So I think this is going to be a good spot. And when these two teams meet, the dog is 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 meetings, and the road team is 8-3 against the spread in the last 11. So you really have the edge on the trends with Mississippi Valley State. You also have the revenge factor, only losing by 7 at home versus this team. And then you have the line correlation to back it up as well. You should be, I mean, if it was going to be a Prairie View day, I think this line would have been 13, 14 maybe, but it's at 11, 10.5, depending on what book you get it at here. So I'm going to be going with Mississippi Valley State. And no, Jerry Rice is not there anymore. Give me them plus 11 as my dog of the day. As we take a little bit of a sip, we're going to go and hit the chat, see what everybody's going. Oh, Shark's in the chat. And he just said what I was just saying. Jerry Rice, you. But yes, he is not going to be playing basketball for them today. All right. It says one coin then. Muhammad's really hitting it heavy today on this beautiful Monday, President's Day. He must have had a day off, and he's been thinking about college basketball all day long. All right, let's go into the last game on the slate that we're going to be hitting here on the Late Night Bangers edition, February 20th, President's Day. And let's go to Late Night Degenerate Special, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be Cal State Fullerton versus UC Santa Barbara. They're playing at the Thunderdome. And no, Mel Gibson's not there. And we're not talking Mad Max. And we're not talking Tina Turner at the same time here. We're just talking the name of their arena in Santa Barbara, California. And I'm going to be going with Cal State Fullerton as a doggy, plus 6.5 as a play here. Listen, you got Cal State Santa Barbara coming off. Cal Santa Barbara coming off back-to-back losses straight up as favorites versus Cal Riverside and Cal Irvine. They're 2-3 against the spread in the last 5 games. So this is a team that's kind of playing a little bit flat, in my opinion, whereas I think Cal State Fullerton's playing just a hedge better than Santa Barbara. Cal State Fullerton 6-1 straight up and against the spread in their last 7 games, coming off a 21-point victory versus Cal Poly in the spot. Now, the key to this game, in my opinion, is going to be Cal State Fullerton's ability to make threes. They're a very good three-point shooting team. They're ranked 44th in KenPom at three-point percentage, and are going against a team in UC Santa Barbara that is not especially well at defending the three. They're ranked 231st in defending three-point shots. So there is a bit of a mismatch there. And I think maybe Cal State Fullerton on the road can take advantage of it. Now you got UC Santa Barbara. They have a good offense, especially shooting the ball. They're ranked 46th in field goal percentage, but they're facing a Cal State Fullerton defense that's ranked 82nd in defensive efficiency and 75th in defending shots. So they can match up with you. There's a little bit of an edge for Santa Barbara as far as their shooting is concerned. But I think Cal State Fullerton in a revenge spot will give them fits. And what I mean by revenge spot, these two teams met on December 29th. Santa Barbara winning the game 66-58 as 4.5-point favorites. And now you're seeing the line not really moving that much from home versus away for Santa Barbara. Only a 6.5-point line. Basically, it's kind of been bouncing back and forth all day. It's really not enough for a good home swing from point game A to game B, especially if you're going away versus home. I would think that if this was going to be a Santa Barbara game, you'd see a 6 to 8 point swing, but you're only seeing a tweak in the line, which makes me a little bit suspect for the Gauchos. Also, got to look at Cal State Fullerton. What a massively good covering team they are. 21-5-1 versus teams with winning records against the spread, and then they're 5-2-1 against the spread in their last 8 home games. And if you want to go way deep into the stats on this one, last 51 games, this team is 33-16-2 against the spread. I don't know why you're not back in Cal State Fullerton moving forward with those numbers there, because they've just proven again and again and again that they can cover. So what you have here is you have a dog that's probably not as big as it should be for it to be a Santa Barbara game. You have a Santa Barbara team coming off back-to-back losses, not really playing as well in the 5-game span. You also have the revenge factor in this one as well, as Cal State Fullerton lost by 7 points to Santa Barbara in the last matchup. I think there's going to be a revenge spot. I think this is going to be a really good game, and I think Cal State Fullerton gets it done, at least from a covering the spread standpoint. Give me Cal State Fullerton plus 6.5 as the play. And hopefully we'll be cashing some tickets today, baby. Ow! As we've been doing all weekend long. If you've been on my Slack channel, if you saw the show, we've been just murdering the books on this show, and I'm getting back to the chat. It's like, any thoughts on total on Fullerton? No thoughts on that one. No opinion. I'm more of a side guy myself. The totals kind of always seem to surpass me when I'm trying to look at every single game and every single side. I feel like I have a better advantage to that. And Anthony Latino. I mean, everyone's joining the chats here. Man, what a beautiful show. We made it really quick. Couple stingers in here. We have 2 games that are coming up here that are starting at 9 o'clock. So please jump on those. But before we actually close out, we need to go best bet. Best bet. Yeah, I'm wearing the hat here, folks. I think TCU gets it done. Getting Mike Miles back in the lineup, Mike Miles Jr. back in the lineup, is going to be very huge for TCU's push going into the tournament, and they're going to be a darling, I think, once we get into the mid-March madness type of situation, because this team, in my opinion, is going to be in the tournament. And I think that with the numbers that they have now and getting their best player back, I think this is going to be a team to recognize going forward. So look out for that here, folks. So that's going to close it out here for the late night actually the late night bangers edition, Monday, February 20th. And if anybody else has any questions right now before I close out, go up there. Alfonso says, "What up? What's going on, buddy? Bang, bang, bang." The shark is throwing out his guns. Brat, 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 as we hit the button here. Tony's with a bang. Did Miles not play versus OCU? No, he played. He played in that one. He had 16 points in that game, and they had 6 guys in double digits. So he was a big add to the game, and that's why the reason why they spoke to him. Like I said, without him in the lineup, TCU is an unbackable team. Mike saying thanks. What's up, man? Let's just have it ourselves a damn Monday, folks. Appreciate everybody that in the chat. Keeping active. 18 of you beautiful bastards watched me live just pontificate 3 plays. The least you could do me the favor is hit the like button to this video. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, to the Sports Wagering Network channel, you need to do that right now. Hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell so when we always go live, because we go different times. It goes by availability a lot of these times. We try to hit certain time periods on a lot of these plays, like 8:30 for these late night banger plays. It's pretty consistent. But some of these other shows, we don't know when we're going to actually be able to do them. So that's why you need to hit the bell so you know when we go live, and you can join us and get into the chat and ask us any questions that you want, because this is an interactive show here, folks. I want to engage with you. I want to talk to you. And I want to spread as much love and as much winners as possible going through 2023. So that's going to do it to recap. My best bet on this one, we're going to go TCU -1.5 as the best bet. The dog of the day, of course, Mississippi Valley State +11. And we're going to add in here another doggy with Cal State Fullerton for the late night degenerate special play +6.5. Those are the plays tonight. And if you want to see the rest of my cards, you can also check out the Dad Bod Slack channel. I release them early. I release a lot of plays that we don't talk about on this show that have been cashing as of late. And you've been seeing the recaps that are coming in here, folks. We are actually going to be pushing here heavy into March, and it's going to be a fun time. So Alfonso saying, great show. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate you all. Let's have ourselves a damn Monday night. Let's sip some bevies. Let's smoke a little, whatever you're into. And let's also cash some tickets in the process. Good luck with the picks. See you tomorrow for the Late Night Bangers 8:30 edition once again. And as always, let's keep dancing.